Okay. Am I online? Okay. I'm online. I'm back. That too with a new title. Which planet is responsible for indigestion? That would be a lot of chicken curry, spices, and garam masala planet. That's what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, this is a Java, not a cigar. See that Java? It's pretty much vanilla mint and coffee mixed in with these special leaves. That's it. So, I gotta tell you something, man. Whenever I do readings, or I look at charts, or I read a book on astrology when having my cigar, believe me, you want to be here for that. Because you will hear some, I'm just saying, it's powerful. It's powerful. That's why in evening I always, most of the charts that I look at is in the evening, and especially when I am puffing on the cigar, because woo, I see things clearly. Forget even drinking. I drinking doesn't do anything for me. But this, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be discussing about a very special aspect. Okay? And let me see if I can add this. Add an. Okay. So you guys see this? Because I'm going to be showing you guys something that is a phenomena that everybody's talking about on Facebook, and you guys have been messaging me that, oh my god, it's happening. What is it going to happen? What's going to happen? What can you say about this? So tomorrow, for literally for the next 2.5 days starting tomorrow, pretty much besides Rahu and Ketu, every single planet is affecting the sign of Aquarius. Okay? So what does this mean? Usually I shrug things off. Oh, you guys are just nuts. Nothing's going to happen. But this is a very, very special thing. Okay? First of all, you want to look at everything logically. Don't think there's some secret tricks here. Don't think like there's going to be some magical wand that I'm going to remove and then you're going to find something. It's very, very logical. Sign of Aquarius. Okay, this is the sign of Aquarius, where the number 11 is. Sign of Aquarius is a sign related to large organizations, related to collective consciousness, collectiveness, committees, group settings, large organizations and companies, corporations. On a, what do you call, Kalpurush Kundali, it represents the elder sibling as well. So look what's there. You've got Venus, Moon, Sun, Mercury sitting there together. At the same time, Jupiter from the 7th house aspects the 11th house. Mars from the 8th house looks at the 11th house. Saturn from the 9th house in Sagittarius sign looks at the 11th house. Now, this is just, I'm using the Aries ascendant just as a general perspective. Okay? This is not like for everybody. Wherever the sign of Aquarius is, that's what matters. So from the ascendant, where is the sign of Aquarius? It is your 11th house? Is it your 3rd house? Is it your 8th house? Is it your 10th house? So go back in your chart and look at it. If you don't know what your chart is, just go to my website on Astrology Cares top section and you will see a full report where you can check that out. But this is, first of all, it shows that in these particular days, whomever is born will be the most selfless person. A person born on with this particular alignment will do everything for the world, everything for society, everything for the general public. For them, it's going to be about achieving a greater good. Okay? It's going to be all about achieving the greater good. It's going to be all about wanting to expand the horizons of people. To show people what is here that you think is real, but it's not. This is what really is. That's what Aquarius is. People think Aquarius is a very logical sign. It is, but it's the logic that you will not understand. That's what you got to understand. Aquarius is logic. Aquarius is pure logic that you will not understand. You will question it. You'll be like, this person is crazy. Like, for example, if you take someone like David Icke, Jordan Maxwell, some of these people who are even like flat earthers. It's funny, I just ran into a map. I'm not going to tell you by whom, but this very good astrologer friend of mine showed me a map of the earth. This map is nowhere to be found online. And there's actually continents, actual land masses beyond the Arctic Circle, beyond the South Pole and North Pole. There are other continents bigger than US. They're spread in circles. And they go for, like, the land mass that we know as the Earth is like this size, while the map is this size. And there's land masses. And those land masses are just beyond the icy ring. So I was talking to this astrologer friend of mine, and they were talking about Jamdweep. How if you watch the Vedic literature, Vedic knowledge, how they're saying there are different planes of existence. So that's Aquarius. That is an Aquarius person. That's the Aquarius mentality that, look, everybody is wrong. You're all sleeping. You're all wrong. You're all, stupid. And let me show you what the truth is. But everybody just laughs at them. They're, oh, God, here we go again. Conspiracy theorist. So in the next 2.5 days, you will find a person who will be born, who will be all about wanting to do things for the public, do things for the world. And this person is going to be extremely wealthy. So if you have a child coming in the next 2.5 days, it'll be a very, very wealthy child. Pretty much in the next 2.5 days, majority of the people who are born will have significant wealth. Now, how does this work out in your own life? Well, first of all, on a mundane basis, besides looking at somebody who's going to be born on a mundane basis, this is going to show that there could be an exposure. Something hidden could be exposed about a large organization, even a large government. Some news can come out in the next 2.5 days, but especially literally in the next month. Why? Because Moon will move on after 2.5 days to the sign of Pisces. But still, you're going to have 88% of all the planets affecting the 11th house. A lot of news about hidden truth is going to come out. Hidden confessions are going to come out. There will be people assembling for protests. Now, how accurate it is. Let me show you how accurate it is. It's 100% accurate. You know why? Because I can find in the next month something on CNN, something on CNBC, something on Indian channel, Chinese channel about protest. And what I will do is I will plaster it all over YouTube, and I'll be like, hey, I was absolutely correct. See? Exposure is happening, and protests are happening. But guess what? They're going to happen regardless. I can show you probably right now there's a protest happening somewhere in the country. Probably in Tibet, there's a constant protest happening. But what this actually shows is that it's going to be known to the masses of people. So protests have been happening. They've been happening for the past 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. So never look at somebody's prediction like, oh, wow, look at that. They actually made a great prediction about, this thing happening. No, that thing was already happening. They didn't make a prediction. What that person should have said that, look, it's going to be more exposed to the world. You're going to find out through news. through social media outlets. I would, my tongue almost said newspapers. I'm like, newspapers, huh? I'm the only one who reads that. No, I don't. But that's something that we see on a mundane level. Okay? On a individual chart level, on an individual chart level, how is this going to work? I can pretty much vow to you that I am experiencing it since yesterday, since last day and a half. Absolute clear effect. And because I felt it, because I'm like, oh my God, it never happened before, it's happening now. And you never know, it could intensify tomorrow, in the next day and a half, in the next month. I have found some of the greatest knowledge, greatest hidden secretive knowledge on nakshatras through Dr. Arjun Pai. And I was like, Dr. Arjun Pai, you never told me this before. Dr. Pai is like, you're ready now. You're ready to get this. And I'm like, I must have done something worthwhile to be getting this. So now, Dr. Pai told me about this. Then I had another astrologer friend today that I was discussing things on Zoom meeting. It wasn't like some interview or anything. I was like so baffled. I'm like, oh no, this is not happening. I was talking to them on Zoom meeting. I'm like, you have to come on Zoom meeting, let's talk. So we were talking about it. It's pretty much it could change astrology, everything in astrology. So I discovered that. It never came, but it's happening now. So now, in your own individual life, you will find out hidden things about your own life in personal basis that are going to be extracted like an oil. You know, like how oil, the black oil is extracted, is going to come out. It's going to come out in your possession, and you have to now purify it. Make it into a gasoline so the car can run. That's the individual self is going to do now, especially like let's say, for example, for an Aquarius ascendant person, okay? If you're an Aquarius ascendant, if you're going through a dasha of a planet which is in the sign of Aquarius, even though after what I found out, I'm like, man, dashas are old news. But if you're going through the dasha of a planet that is in Aquarius, so that means you can make that planet the ascendant. That's an Aquarius. If your Atma Karka is an Aquarius, if your moon is an Aquarius, all of these will show that a person will suddenly want to let go of their own individual ego and wanting to embrace something for the world. They want to do something for the world. They suddenly will feel this need to do something, but how? Well, that's where you have to see in your own birth chart, where is the Lord of Aquarius's place, which is Rahu and Saturn. Through those two planets, you're going to be exploring and letting go of your ego. If it's, let's say, Saturn is in the 7th house, you're going to start the process of cleansing your ego through relationships and marriage. If it's in the 5th house, through your children, through creativity, through learning some ancient knowledge, mantras, you're going to let go of your ego. This is actually, this conjunction is coming at a very, very perfect time, because this particular month, even on a worldly basis, the reason why things would be exposed or, protest would emerge is because of the fact this one individual self needs to go away. The ego needs to go away, and it's going to be for the public. It's going to be for the people. So that is the information behind this aspect and conjunction within the sign of Aquarius. And it's only in this time you will experience something so beautiful. Because remember, Aquarius represents, like, Aquarius doesn't represent social media. That's Gemini thing. But Facebook as a group, Facebook as a entity with 3.3 billion people now, is the 11th house. The large organized bucket. So whatever bucket contains the entire population, those are the things that are going to be more effective, and they'll be forced to let go of the ego, forced to make some changes. So whether it's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, governments, things that control the large group of people, they're going to have to let go of their own selfish agenda, and they have to follow it. Otherwise, the public is going to cause havoc. Public has had it. This is the particular transit in a mundane and personal basis where you are willing to clear everything out, let go of things, and wanting to simply embrace things. This is why all the planets are now pressuring Aquarius. Saturn is representing structure and sacrifice for other people. Mars is saying take action, but take action for other people. Jupiter is saying to teach and counsel, to learn something for the betterment of other people, not for your own individual salary. If you're learning mathematics, do something with mathematics where the entire public can benefit from it. That's what I'm saying, like, especially in the next 2 days, when, especially when Moon is in this. Moon, which is the most softest planet, gets affected by everything. The baby who is born in the next 2.5 days from tomorrow, they're going to be the type of child who's just going to be like, they're here with such a heavy karma that they have to deal with the world. They have to deal with the suffering of the world and bring this utopian society into play. That's what this is about. And as much as I know you all were talking about on my Facebook with this since last week, but I'm like, okay, it's not important to me. But then when things happen, when I'm like, okay, now this is really is happening, let me show it. So I only discuss things that are important, that are practical, that I deal with in my own life. If I don't find any reason to discuss it, because I should be only giving information which is real and practical. So that's what it is. There's no like, well, of course we don't know what could happen in the next month, based on a country, individual country. But on a mass Earth, this Bhumandala, whatever that is, Jamdui, it's like dissolving of one individual self. Like, oh, politicians looking out for themselves. I want more, and give the public just a little bit. Like, I want this much, the government want this much, through corporations, and this much it gives to the public just so that they keep their mouth shut. Now, it's all the planets are concentrating that no, it's done. You're gonna have to do whatever you can to help out the public. So then I'm like, hey, if we're supposed to help out the public, let me reach out to the public. Especially on this channel, when I said I'm going to make things which are very important, things which are more interesting to me. So I'll make it, and that's what I'm doing here, So that's what I wanted to discuss with you guys. Otherwise, I've been playing my Xbox One. Of course, I've been playing, basketball, NBA. That's all I do in my nighttime now. Like once I finish my work, that's my motivation now. Like once I finish my work, I play my thing. So you can probably see that. See, like right there's my Xbox and everything. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. I don't know what else we can discuss here. But this is what I just wanted to make sure you guys knew, and you guys are not being lost as to what is this going to happen. Is it some disaster or not? Now, disaster, it all depends on the individual chart, where it's occurring, what dasha you're going to, what is happening. But remember one thing. Saturn aspects its own sign of Aquarius. Okay, now let me tell you something about this. When a planet aspects its own house, doesn't matter if 4 planets are affecting it, that planet will protect that house. So Saturn from Sagittarius aspects the sign of Aquarius. It is going to protect that house. Because remember, Saturn, the reason why they call Saturn depression, okay, that Saturn brings depression, it's not depression, it's suppression. It suppresses something. It suppresses an event. So this is why they say Saturn, whenever it's in your 3rd house, 6th house, 8th house, 10th house, 11th house, especially, actually, no, I'm sorry, 3rd house, 6th house, 10th house, 11th house, it is excellent position for Saturn. Because here Saturn suppresses things in a way where they come to you, especially in a much softer way. Because Saturn likes to give things out like this. It's just like if it's hot water, Saturn will just pour the hot water. Jupiter is like, when Jupiter is pouring the karma on an individual, Jupiter goes like this. It'll cool it down. Saturn is just like, oh, am I supposed to deliver this to this person? Hot water with spices and thorns? All right, here you go. All right, thank you. See you later. So that's what it is. Now, Mars is like this. Mars sees that, and he just throws it away. He just throws the whole thing with the cup. He just doesn't pour it. He just splashes it all over the place. That's the thing you gotta understand about these planets. So Saturn is gonna look at its own house. It's not gonna let anything destroy that house, especially knowing size-wise, Saturn is second to Jupiter. And at the same time, Jupiter is a benefic planet. So benefic aspect of Jupiter is there. Protection of Saturn is there. And then you have positive planets like Mercury, Moon, Venus. I mean, literally, there's no danger to things here. Mars is looking at it with its 4th aspect. Remember, Mars' 4th aspect is the aspect of protection. Conquer. If it was the 8th aspect, yes, I could have had a different analysis towards this thing. But it's the way the aspects are happening, it's a divine aspect. I mean, this is actually a great time to start some journey into even occult and mysticism. Actually, it's so funny. Wow. Oh, today is what, Wednesday? Let me see. Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, guess what? Within the next 2 days, it's so funny, I am starting my level 3 Jaimini astrology course with my guru, Mark Boney, my Jaimini guru. So now he's going to take us into the depth of Jaimini. So, I mean, I can't wait. I'm just static. I'm just waiting for his Zoom invitation so I can, log in and start learning. But hopefully this has helped you guys. Okay? So anyway, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below because I only make videos when I like to make them. Not weekly, daily and monthly horoscope. I'm not into all that at all. Alright? See ya.